Alright, my bad guys, we're back. So as I put in, give me 1 second. I forgot to do one thing. Okay, so I wanted to I want to make sure the stream is up and running first of all. Alright, we're good. So wasn't gonna turn the stream back on, but then I started breaking down US30 a little bit more. Only thing I don't like about US30 right now, I'm gonna go from the top to the bottom, so it's alright. It'll be fine. So top to bottom, right? We have 2 months of rise. Did we make the third month already? Yes. Did we start pushing away from it? Yes. Right? We didn't get an engulfing candle, right? So that's the number one thing I'm looking at where I'm like, we didn't get an engulfing candle, and at one point this daily red candle was a strong engulfing red candle, and then it pulled back up. So for us, or at least the way I'm thinking about it, right? For me to believe that this is gonna be a pullback for price to push down, I'm not firm on that, right? Also, we have an engulfing green candle in the 4-hour time frame. So let's say internal structure, right? We had higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, right? If we're looking at the wicks technically, right? Sorry guys, I heard a cat meow. Just wanted to make sure it wasn't my cat, right? It was a bird. I heard it now. Okay, so we have change of character, right? Break of structure. So could this be the retest of the BOS to continue this downtrend? Yes. Right? Could this engulfing green candle that's going to close in an hour, right? Because this is in a 4-hour time frame. Could this be an inducement of, to fake traders to think that this is where price is going to retest to continue the push to the top side? It could be. Right? Also, understanding the fact that at one point we had a gap on US30 here at the top, and that already has been filled, right? So let's go back to a few months ago, right, where at one point we thought this was the change of character BOS, the first zone of consolidation to start the downtrend, and then price flipped again. But again, we understood that there was a gap at the top of the market that had to be filled. So it was just a matter of time for us to see again if price was going to make a new high or if price was going to fake traders out up here, just tap it with the wick and then start to push again, right? But we could see it made a new high. So the fact that US30 made that new high, could we be expecting a pullback, or could this be where price turns around? Absolutely, right? But we understand that it doesn't need it. US30 is not a pair that's just going to start a trend right away and do something, or vice versa, sorry, right? It's not rare for US30 to start the trend and just go away from it, right? So could the downtrend start? Yeah, and even if we go down to a lower time frame, we could see where price making is making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, high, and it looks like this is going to be that double top, right? So this is just a matter of time of whether we're too early on an entry or we're going to be just right on time. Right? Too early meaning this isn't ready to go down yet, and we still need to wait for this BOS, right? Which would be the real change of character, not this one right here, right? Which is where a lot of people would get confused in the lower time frame, right? Yes, we understand that we're still trading between this low, this high, right? We see market structure higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. That's where we're at now, highs, right? One could argue, oh yeah, it's a higher high, but technically speaking, again, just look at where the candles are closing, right? The candle closures are always below where this candle was closed, right? And if you guys want to add a line, we could add that line real quick, right? So you guys can see what I'm talking about, right? I'm looking at this high over here, not the wick, the body closure, the candle closure of the candle. If you look to your right hand side, all the candles that went above this line were just the wicks, not the candle closures, every single time, right? So technically speaking, we're still trading between this higher low, higher high, higher low, right? And we know that we're still trading between this zone, this high and this low. Again, these highs weren't broken, they were tested, right? So let's push this over real quick, just so we can see that zone. So understanding that we're still trading between that zone, the fact that we rejected the highs again, right? We rejected the highs and then we started making these lower lows. This is why I could start seeing us start the downtrend push. And then again, just using the confluence for today, right? If we're looking at this as push 1, right? This is the pullback. The pullback for push 2, we're looking at the EMAs, right? The bounce off the 200 EMA, right? So that's confluence number 1. Confluence number 2, another one that we use, right, is the retracement of the fib, right? The 50% retracement, right? Then going a little bit more technical into market structure, right? We have a 30-minute gap at the opening of the market, right? So could price pull back up into that gap and then start the downtrend? Absolutely, right? And it'll look the same way this green candle looks, right? It'll close it with a wick, and then it'll start the downtrend push. And then simple market structure, right? We have a double top. We had higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, lower high, lower low, right? So this is the start of that downtrend push. And then again, the only thing I really don't like about this is where the 800 EMA is. Understanding that the 800 EMA plays a very big role in how the market flows. The fact that we're bouncing off of the 800 EMA and we gave pretty much a double bottom on the 800 EMA in the internal structure, right? This could be used as an inducement to make people believe that this is, if we look at internal structure now, right? So we could all be on the same page, right? So let's start from up here, right? We had high, low, lower high, lower low, right? Lower high, lower or low, right? Lower high, lower low, right? We could argue here. We could say this is lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, low, right? Equal low, and this is where that change of character happened in the internal structure, right? One could argue that, but because it's not really a significant pullback, I really wouldn't say that. Even in the internal, I would always just leave it at this being the change of character, right? And the fact that the high of the day, which is also just the high of the structure, left a 30-minute gap there for us to give a real, let's say, a real pullback for this to continue and do something like this, you would need to get a break of this high first. This would be the real change of character, not this one, right? Because yeah, you could catch this pullback, right? You could catch this 40 pip pullback, which is not a bad trade, right? But then if you get faked out and you believe that, oh, this is just going to be higher high, higher low, higher high, right? If you're not a disciplined trader where you go into internal structure and you see where a change of character happens, let's say worst case scenario, right? You collect 50 pips, right? You collect 50 pips flat instead of 70, right? But if you're not a disciplined trader and you believe that this is going to make higher high, higher low, higher high, and you just continue to hold the trade thinking that price is just going to go back to the low, instead of securing 40 pips, 50 pips, you went right back down to 16, 14 pips, right back into break even, right? So this is why market structure is one of the biggest things when you're learning how to trade, right? Because being able to see the possibilities and not making the mistakes is a very big is key in trading. It's crucial to understand that. So at this point, I'm being patient. Again, it's still 8 in the morning. Usually US30 will give us an entry. I think we have news now at 8:15. Let's take a look again. 8:30, 8:15 for CAD, 8:30. So we have news coming in at 8:30. So I don't want to miss anything, so I'm not gonna do it right now. If it does what I think it's gonna do, then after the stream or after the entries and everything, we'll go back and we'll see how many times that entry has been given. I don't want to go too far back, but let's see. Right. Let's see. Damn, we're gonna have to go back a few times. Okay, hold on. Giving up too much information at this point. Where is my chart? Yoo-hoo. Thank you. Alright, so take a step back. Look at this after. So yes, US30, we're looking for price to, expecting price to go up now during the news at 8:30 and give us that push back down to the bottom side. Hope this makes sense. If again, if you guys need me to explain anything again, go over anything, let me know. Again, it doesn't have to be US30 related either. If you guys want me to go over another pair, I can. So we got 14 minutes for this news to come in. So currently just waiting for that to come. Now we'll handle what we need to handle, guys. What does the engulfing mean? It is a, for example, this right here, right? The golden zones, right? When you have a red candle or a green candle that's larger than the previous candles, right? So you have two red candles and then a green candle that's bigger than the first two, right? That's an engulfing candle. This right here, this red candle is an engulfing candle, right? This right here, right? 1, 2, 3, green engulfing candle. This right here, 1, 2, 3, red engulfing candle, right? Keep looking. This one had an engulfing candle in the lower time frame. This one had an engulfing candle in the lower time frame. 30-minute right here. Boom. 1, 2, 3, red engulfing. Keep going. Do I have any more entries here on US30? Yes, I do. Right here. 1, 2, 3, red engulfing. We have another one here. 1, 2, red engulfing. A few of them. I don't think anymore. But yeah, that's what it is. Damn it, where's the chart? No, I lost it. Where are we? Got it. Um, do you like the fixed volume profile? Shit, I can't see that because of the do you like the fixed volume profile for on TradingView? I don't even know what that is. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't I don't trade using like the volume indicators or anything like that, if that's what you're asking. Or if that's what you're referring to. What's good, Muhammad? Welcome to the stream, my brother. Good morning, man. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Can't complain. Coming back tomorrow, I'm excited for you, bro. It's time, man. We already 2 weeks into the year, man. You're late. Vacation is over. Vacation is over, man. That's what I was that's what I've been telling everybody, bro. I'm like, yo, I still feel like shit, bro, but time doesn't stop for nobody. It is what it is. Gotta keep moving forward. So yeah, I fell asleep mad early last night too. I took a nap. I had an alarm for before the class. Missing the last few days. Hey, he's been on vacation too, man. He hit me up last night. He was like, yeah, he hit me up literally right before my alarm, 6:43 p.m. I set my alarm for 6:45. I slept through the text. I slept through my alarm. I ended up waking up at when I first messaged in the Discord, like 6 some shit like that. I don't even fucking remember. But yeah, he hit me up last night. He was like, "Yo, please do the class." But I was in the arms, man. I was hugged by my pillow. I was warm. I didn't wake up for shit last night. I don't know why I was so tired. I was fucking exhausted. Slept for 12 hours. That was great. Um, but he's good though. I'm sure he'll be back today. If not, I'll do the class, but I think he'll be back today. The amount of chart work I have to do is crazy. Yeah, no, man. That's the worst thing about not being active on the charts daily. Like even if you miss a week, you still got to catch up on a week of marking your charts and getting ready. Didn't bring my laptop during the vacation. Yeah, I feel you on that though. It's all good. That's how it was for me too. The time that I went to last year, the year before, I don't even fucking remember what time flies at this point. When I went to DR, left my computer, nothing. I didn't bring shit, and 2 months. I came back and I had to update 2 months worth of charts. I was like, yo, this is crazy, but I did it. I think I did it on stream too, if I'm not mistaken. I think I finished it in like an hour and a half. It took me at that time. Now I could do that quick. I could do a month worth of charts, and yeah, man, I went for like 2 months. I was there for, yeah, 4 weeks or 8 weeks. I think I was there for like seven weeks. I almost made it to 2 months. Yeah, it was fun though. It was great. It was a great time needed. Yeah, it shouldn't really take you that long, honestly. Like 2 weeks of 2 3 weeks of charting. It could probably take you'll probably finish it in an hour, hour and a half. It shouldn't be too bad, right? Because for the most part, you're just really looking for you're trying to look at what's happening right now, right? Current time. So if you could just look at where structure is at and just find yourself in structure and just update the last couple days, you'll be fine. You'll finish in an hour, right? But that's also if depends how many charts you're looking at. Like if you're only focusing on the 10 that we usually focus on, then you'll finish definitely in an hour, hour and a half. So I forgot about that too, right? Because that's a key point. A year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I was looking at 36 pairs. So I had to update 36 pairs, right? All of them, like literally all the ones that are here on the list, and obviously we're missing a few. We're missing a few GBP pairs, silver, You know, the ones that we have on MT4, we have all of them on MT4. You know, the major ones, obviously, not like crazy, not like rubies and shit like that, but the major crosses. Yeah, just a 10, you'll finish. You'll finish quick. Bro, what the isolation classes? Bro, that shit used to be funny as hell. Like the isolation classes, you know, whenever E would do it, the fucking class would be an hour and a half, an hour 45, 2 hours. Yo, and then he hit me up, you know, on the nights where he doesn't do it, and I'd be the one in charge. I would finish it in 30 minutes to an hour. And then, you know, that was the joke for a minute when we were in that was when we were back in Zoom, and then we switched over to the Discord. Um, but yeah, man, 36 pairs, bro. As I think about it, that's how I started trading, right? Regardless, you know, when E does the class, he also goes a little bit more into detail, and he's a little bit more patient than me. So he, you know, there'll be times where like, yeah, it's long because he's just explaining the same shit to everybody that asks, right? In every single pair. I don't do that. If you guys notice it, um, I don't really like to repeat myself like that. But I'm working on it, man. I'm not a good teacher, but I will be. Cause I'm also one of those people where it's like, bro, like, if I could see it, there's no way you guys can. And especially the way we explain shit. Where it's like for us, right? It's one of those things where it's like we've been doing it for a while, so it's easy for us to see. But it's like, you know, I reflect. So damn, when I first started trading, I did not see anything. So I also have to come into an understanding that I have to be patient because I was there once. You know what I mean? So it's all good. Working on it. But yeah, man, I used to just go through those pairs like, yo, this is where we're at. This is what we're looking for. I mean, I still do that. Like literally, I still do that. But I feel like I go more into detail now than what I used to, for sure. There's no doubt about that. So yeah. Oh, and then one other thing that I missed out, I didn't say this on the stream, but I said it in the Discord. Type 3 pattern, right? If we're looking at, you know, what a type 1, type 2, type 3 pattern, right? At this point, I'm not going to mark every single one of them, right? But you can see where type 1, type 2, and type 3, we could see all of them being played out in the last couple days, right? We had type 2 pattern, right? Where price just goes away, right? We had um, another type 2 pattern here, price just goes away, right? We have here, we could see where prices again consolidating, broke away, and now price is coming back up. If it comes back up to here, where again is where we are basing it off of this 30-minute gap, this is the 50% line of the consolidation. So this is a type 3 pattern, right? The only one that we didn't really do, which we did, a type 1 pattern technically, right? If we say this was a zone consolidation, right? The start of the day, Asia session, it broke out during Asia going into London. It gave a double top, right? Which was again just a retest of this high and then pushed away, right? And then price obviously the same day went back up. So technically speaking, we did do type 2, type 2, type 1, and type 3. It looks like a type 3 will be done today, right? So I also want to make sure, like, this is what we're looking for, right? These patterns aren't made every single day, but when they are made, let's see if I have any more drawn here. I wanted to draw one here, but it just went away. This one I started to draw one, right? Asia session consolidation, but price just consolidated that day, didn't do anything. This day, type 1 pattern for an uptrend, right? Beautiful, broke out, double bottom, engulfing green candle, right? It gave us an engulfing green candle in the lower time frame and an engulfing green candle in the higher time frame. Here, same thing, type 1 pattern. Here, consolidated type 1 as well, but it was not a clean one. So yeah, if we go back and we back test, right, a type 3 pattern here, which was beautiful. I like live back testing, so this is why I decided to draw on our charts and not delete anything, right? Because we could go back and we could see, okay, people could come into the stream and talk shit, but we have the receipts. And not only do we have the receipts, we have the entries there too. So again, here type 2 pattern, here type 2 pattern, right? This We're already in November at this point, right? So we could see it doesn't give it to us every single day, but when it does, we could catch beautiful entries. Right, and I think we're done here. I don't think I have anything else on here. So yeah. So with that being said, this is what we're currently looking for on US30. So we're being patient, man. We're being patient, disciplined traders. Hope that makes sense. And if it doesn't, again, I could go over it. I could explain it. If it does make sense, yeah, I'm happy for you. Really, truly. But nonetheless, man, I'm excited to have a great trading week. After this stream, after we're done trading, I'm gonna turn the stream on Twitch and play some COD. Finally got my account back. Yeah, man, it does, but gotta memorize the patterns first. Draw them out, man. Draw them out. Literally, doesn't matter how long I've been trading for, I still have all of those patterns in my whiteboard. Literally, I'll take a picture of it and put it in the Discord so you can see it. I have 2 pieces of paper. I have the market makers pattern drawn, and I have the zones of consolidation, how the 2 zones of consolidations look. And then on the other sheet of paper, I have the type 1, type 2, and type 3 pattern. Drawn out, what they do, what their name is, what time frame to look at them. Yeah, like, you're gonna memorize them. You definitely will. But you gotta draw them out. Literally, how do you draw them out? I'll draw them out right here for you. You have the zone. This is a type 1 in an uptrend. Type 1 in an uptrend. Type 1 in a downtrend. Type 2 in an uptrend. Type 2 in a downtrend. Type 3 in a uptrend. Type 3 in a downtrend. Type 3 is a 50. It's called 50-50 trade. This is a stop point high, and this is a straightaway. Yes, I can. I got you. So 8:30 hit, that news hit, nothing happened. We kind of forgot about that. We're 4 minutes late into that. Sorry about that. Kind of forgot we were looking at that. So 8:30 hit, nothing, right? So no volume came in. Still expecting price to push up here, close that gap. I'll hit you up later to know which one is which. I got you. My bad, guys. Was talking on the phone real quick. See you in a bit. Alright, my brother. I'll be right back, guys. Give me 1 second. I need to get water. Alright, I'm back. Right back on time. You can see how price is reacting now. 837. 845, we could get some more volume. Once that 15-minute candle opens, but at this point, I'm not really expecting anything crazy to happen until pretty much 9:30, right? 9:30. That NYC open 9:30 from 9 to 9:45. That's when we'll see volume kick in a little bit more. I also just want to make sure again. I know I already did this once, so I'm not bugging, but 200 pips is STP. We did 180. We don't have any engulfing candles at the bottom, so we're good. Do have a 4-hour engulfing closing in an hour and 20 minutes. So that's gonna be. Could we fake that out, right? Because in an hour 20, that's at 10, right? Could price at 9:30 tap and then push back down? Absolutely. Create that fake that it'll create like a wick, right? The same way it created in the 4-hour time frame, right? The same way it created a wick like this, a wick like this, wick like this, right? Same way it created this wick to the top side, right before the push down. So at one point this was a green candle that turned into a red candle, right? Could this, and this was a 6 candle, right? So could that happen here? Absolutely. Let's go back to the 30-minute time frame. Price is pushing up. We have reached the high of the day as well. Getting close to it. My god, I'm fucking. Everything hurts today. Like I slept so good that I woke up sore. Like the way I slept, like my neck was hurting, my fucking my back. It was a great time. It was a really good sleep last night. Guys, we're at 560 subscribers, man. We're almost at fucking 600. I appreciate y'all. Price is pushing on up, guys. Accelerated candle here. We have 5 minutes for this 15-minute candle closure. Damn. Excuse me, guys. I want to listen to some real music right now. Not gonna lie. I don't want to get banned. That's crazy. There's just a lot of news today. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of news today that involves very important stocks that you just have to take an account for US30, man. You know what I mean? Like there's just so much news, man. So much news today. And I don't really see this going up like that. That 4 hour candle, like I said, guys, I truly see this 4 hour candle printing downwards as soon as 9:30 hits. I mean, like, we're I don't want to be that guy. I really don't. But damn. See, I have this line up here, and I don't know. Oh, this wasn't me telling you guys to look at the highs for. Yep, I remember. This is why I like to make sure I label everything. But no, I know what that was. That was just to show you guys how this high was never broken. It was just wicks. Um, so yeah, we're still chilling with that. Um, yeah, this is gonna be interesting. 9:30 is definitely gonna be interesting. This 8:45 candle, right? At one point, we got 15 seconds left. Just crazy. Right at one point in the 15-minute time frame, right? This is why I don't really look at the 15-minute time frame on US30. But at one point, you would think that this was gonna be an engulfing green candle, right? So we could get something like this, where this is where if the green candle would have closed above, get a retest to continue to push to the top side, right? You see how that, like, if you're not patient, right? You're, dude, the fucking market makers are some assholes, man. Just manipulating traders, bro. That's why I don't look at the lower time frame on US30. If US30 doesn't give me what I want to see on a 30-minute time frame or above, I'm not fucking taking it. I'm not taking it. There's no way. I'm not looking at the 5-minute on US30 unless I'm at a point of interest. But the only point of interest for me that's valid to look at on a lower time frame is the 30-minute, the 4 hour, or the daily highs and lows. That's it. Not an engulfing candle, not a retracement. No, I need to see lower time frame at the point of interest of a 30-minute, 4 hour, or daily zone. That's it. Everything else, if you're looking at the internal, if you're looking at the lower time frame on US30, you're more than likely gonna get faked out. And I'm not gonna. I've done my work on US30. I've lost. Obviously my biggest losses are on US30 because US30 is not a pair to be trading when you're just starting out. And I didn't, you know, I had to pay attention to those rules. But it's all good, right? So I learned the hard way. So learning the hard way has helped me be scared of the pair and respect it. And what I mean by that was I didn't trade US30 until last year, and I've been trading for a few years now. So this is a scary pair to trade when you're not comfortable. But once you're comfortable with it and you wait for what you need to wait for, and you've done your homework, again, if you're a fucking, if you're one of the traders that saw this, right, you see this double bottom, right, you see this right here, right, look at the internal structure, right, you have lower low, lower high, lower low, high, higher low, boom, change of character, it broke this, right, you're like, oh my god, engulfing green candle's gonna retest, right, at one point, look, you were in profit, you're so happy, and then the fucking price just goes right back down. Like, that's why I don't look at the internal structure on US30. Or understanding too, just market structure. Like, we're not in the correct zone to even be looking for this. Is it's key, bro. Market structure is key, guys. There's no other way to say that. There's really not. Regardless, let's go back to 30-minute. And again, just being patient. Again, I really thought that 8:30 news was gonna push price to the top side. I don't think we have any more news for USD. Yeah, we don't. So, again, it's just more about being patient, right? Again, my rules are as stands, right? We have no more news, so I'm good to trade. Number one. Number two, are we at a point where I want to look for an entry? No. Again, my entry is gonna be up here. That's gonna be my entry. Promise you, my entry is gonna be somewhere up here. The only way I'll take a trade on US30. If 1030 comes by and we're still not in a trade, or obviously, or if this already started to move, or whatever the case is, 1030 I'm done turning off my charts. We'll see you guys tonight at 7 p.m. right? So that's the way I trade. That's the way I stay disciplined. That's the way I stay away from trades that I shouldn't be trading. Are there some days where it bites me in the ass? Absolutely. But are there days where I make the most profit because I am patient and I wait for those entry points? Absolutely. So I'm gonna stay disciplined as always, and we'll wait it out. I'm hungry. I want to eat. Might what time is it? 8:50. We'll wait for a minute here, and then I'll be back. Quick. I'm gonna see what I can eat because I'm hungry, guys. I'm starving. You gotta remember, like, I literally, if I said this a little bit earlier, I fell asleep. I slept. The reason we didn't do the class last night, like, I slept for 12 hours. I think I woke up once to go to the bathroom, but I was like in that groggy state where, like, you wake up but you're still sleeping. Like, I literally woke up, went to the bathroom, went right back to bed, fell right back to sleep. I don't even remember what time it was, but I did that once last night, and then I went right back to bed. And then until I woke up, I didn't even have an alarm, right? Because I fell asleep at like at 5 something, and I set my alarm for 6:45 to wake up, for the isolation class, and slept right through it. So until I woke up at like 5:30ish in the morning, and I'm like, damn, I didn't even wake up. Like, I didn't have an alarm set, nothing. I woke up late, but it's all good. We're here. We're alive. So yeah, 8:50, nothing happened, no movement. All right, so we still got a few more minutes. I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna go to the kitchen. 1 second. All right, I'm back. So let's we could break this down in a lower time frame too, right? Um, could we take lower time frame entries? Right, there are days where you can take lower time frame entries. Um, but again, today is just not one of those days, right? What I mean by that is if we're looking at structure in a normal day, right, we would want to see price, right? We're looking at internal structure, right? This is where the BOS happened, right? So again, if we know that this is a point of interest, right, we would go down to a lower time frame, right? Even if we go down to the 15-minute, the fact that we have, three candles, and the third candle was an accelerated candle that turned into a wick, we could say we could get a simple entry here, right? Even if we're not even trading with the EMAs, right? Like let's say we're also looking at the 800 EMA, right? So we know that we could get an entry right on the retest of the 800 EMA. But why isn't a day like today a day where I would look for an entry like that? Because it's not that most probable trade. Because we understand that there's a gap that has to be filled, right? So at any point, right, at this point, obviously, if you're in a trade like this, you just have to understand also that this is a double bottom. So either way, your TP should be here, right? Um, until we get a simple break of the lows, right? Or you obviously following structure. But could this be where price turns around again and continues the uptrend to then go up here and then start the downtrend again for 930? Absolutely. So, we'll wait for it. We'll see how this plays out. I'll keep it here in the 15-minute time frame too. 8:53, we have an accelerated red candle. We have 6 minutes for the 9 a.m. candle, right? The new 30-minute candle to open. So, at this point, the fact that we're having such big movement to the downside is also another indicator for me that tells me that price is just really trapping traders, right? It's collecting everybody's entry points, is hitting everybody's entries, stop losses, everything, right? People who have buy limits, they're hitting them. People who have sell stops, they're hitting them. We'll break down those entries too. Give you the example, right? The people who have buy limits at the retest of this double bottom, right? They're in this trade already, right? And right now they're nervous because right now they just got triggered and they're already in negative, right? The traders who waited for obviously in a lower time frame now, right? A double bottom or a double top, I'm sorry, right? They got in here. So they're in profit. Right? So right now the ones that are really winning are the people that are selling from up here going short. Right? So if you just continue to just follow market structure, right? Look how now price is slowing down a little bit, it's going up and down. If we go down to the 1 minute time frame, you'll see that, but I'm not going to go into too much. Right? But right now this is what we're looking at. Right? A new 5 minute candle just opened. We have 3 red candles already. Could this be another push or is this going to give us a pullback? We're still good. We got 5 minutes left for this 30-minute candle. Let's see what price wants to do. Right, so again, the people who got hit with their buy stops, who got in this trade today because they saw a double bottom and thinking that this was going to be a double bottom retest, right now they're nervous. Those are the people that are in this trade right now that are in the negatives, right? This is what the market makers want us to believe. I just hurt my brother's feelings. That's crazy. Um, so let's see. There's gonna be crazy moves down here, guys. But let's see, right? Because then this could also be, let's go back to what we were drawing earlier, right? Right? This could be a simple type 2 pattern instead of it being a type 3. Right? We could just, instead of filling this gap up today, right? This could be filled in tomorrow, could filled in later today, it could be filled in later in the week, right? It could be used the same way the gaps at the bottom of the market was used, right? As just an indication point to really let us know that price is gonna come back at one point, is gonna come back up, or vice versa, right? So this is why we're being patient. Regardless, again, this is US30, this is an NYC pair, right? For us to get a clear message as to where price wants to go, we need to wait for that 930 candle. 15 minutes after 930 is really the best time to be trading this pair, because that's where the real moves come in, right? That's when the real market starts to move this, right? It's US30, to index compared to any, compared to a Forex pair. You still have movements, absolutely. You can still get very good trades before 930, right? You could get really good trades during Asia session on US30, but the real moves happen during NYC. That's why you don't want to get stuck in the middle of that. Damn, man, doesn't look like we'll get that push to the top side. Cover that gap, man. Come on. You got 20 seconds. Let's see how this reacts. Yeah, I feel like nine. I feel like if 9 doesn't do something crazy, 930 is gonna come with crazy volume. Yeah. My Siri just told me, hey, check your 4-hour time frame charts. Facts. Let's look at the 4-hour time frame charts. Right now for this one, yep, we still got an hour. You have any pairs? Any pairs left that we're looking at? GJ. What were we looking for on GJ? Give me 1 second. Let me go back to. Oh man, did I? Okay. Nope. GJ, we're still good. GJ, I was saying I want to see price in this zone. Right, a little point of interest. We have a 3rd week high. So I'm still expecting price to give us a new high, but I was saying I just don't like that we're in the middle of the zone again. I don't like taking trades in the middle of the zone, and again, this is why, right? Because this is where we'll get trapped. Now regardless, um, we don't have an engulfing green candle. We're in the zone of interest. We have an engulfing green candle in the 1 minute time frame. But we didn't get a retest of the candle. We got a retest of the wick. So could price still come back down and really give us a nice retest? Absolutely. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put a line here. An alert. Like US30. Hmm? Price missed by a little bit. Damn. You guys seen that? Let's see though. See if we got an entry today, guys. I called it earlier. I was like, I'm not feeling the markets today. But then I said, you know what, man? I got nothing better to do. Let's just turn the stream back on. Let's wait for these entry points. We almost got them, man. On both pairs. Man, I'm just turning around. I'm eating my breakfast. What are we waiting for again? Oh well, on US30 we were waiting for the price to give us a steeper pullback. Right, I was expecting price to give us a type 3 pattern, which is also just to close the gap that we had to start the market, and then pretty much do what it did here, do it up here. Which obviously, obviously that didn't happen. It ended up giving us an early entry to go short. But that wasn't the trade I was looking for. I wanted to see price close the gap first and then go down. And then for GJ, same thing, right? We have an engulfing candle. I wanted to see price come into the zone and retest to then go up. But as you can see, price, it missed it by a few pips and then started to push back to the top. But I'm still, like I said, what I was saying earlier, right? We're staying disciplined, right? If US30 decides to go straight into take profit, before it goes up and closes the gap, then it's all good. We'll wait for the next opportunity. Same thing for GJ, right? If it goes into the TP first before giving us an entry, then it's all good. We'll come back tomorrow. And US30, as you can see, like we had both, we had both trigger entries drawn out, right? This was just a simple retest of the 800 EMA, right? The retest of the low, the retest of the high, right? The double top, obviously no lower time frame to continue going to the bottom side. But again, I didn't want this, what I had drawn out, I didn't want that to happen here. I wanted this to happen up here. So it could still happen. We still got, like I said, this is US30, right? So this is a NYC pair, 930, 945. This could still go up and go right back down. So I'm giving it again. I'm giving it till the time that I trade, which is 10:30. If by 10:30 this doesn't give us the entry, or it's already done giving us the entry, then we'll come back tomorrow. So I got another hour and a half before I turn the charts off. That was great. This is what I'm waiting for on GJ. Man, we're getting baited today. They really don't fuck with us. Market makers are like, bro, we're not gonna give you this fucking entry today. Yo, please, please. I beg of you. They really don't want to see us win today, guys. It's all good. Still got time though. We got 17 minutes. Oh man, I say that and then they give us another green candle. Like, Joe, just push down. There you go. Yeah, listen to me. There you go. Start blowing on the screen. Pause. And turn the fan on. Have some wind blow it down. I gotta make that on the stream. Put like a little fan right on top of the charts. Never mind, guys. I think we're back. We got an engulfing red candle, a retest, another red candle. I think we're good. We're back in business. We're ready to go. After the stream, I'll have time. Yeah. Yeah, man. Looked like we were back in business. Oh, maybe we are. Maybe we're still in business. Let's see. Maybe we are. Maybe this wants to go back down. Come on, man. Give me that fucking wick entry. I know it wants to go back down. They're watching the stream right now, man. They're like, get this guy in this trade. Get this guy in the fucking trade. They're watching, man. They got my shit dialed down. They missed the first entry by fucking 3.3 pips. 0.6 pips. US30 missed it by 23 pips. So would have already been up 157 pips on one. 17 pips on GJ so far. It's all good. See, we still got 8 minutes, so based upon how these candles open and how where the volume takes price, we'll determine if we'll get these entries today. If not, we'll come back tomorrow and we'll be looking for the same thing. Go, guys. GJ went back down. Let's see. Maybe the market does want to. Maybe it does want to help me today. Oh man, I got a family to feed. Let's take a look at real quick. Okay, cool. 108. What are we targeting? STP. STP is the target for these trades. Five minutes for 9:30. We had an engulf, or not an engulfing. We had an accelerated 5-minute candle, and then US30 went back down, right? So to go back into what we were saying, right? The traders who have buy stops here, right? If they had a tight stop loss, which would be a stop loss down here, right? Which was the previous higher high, higher low, higher high, their stop loss was hit. And what happened as soon as their stop loss was hit, price went right back up, right? Or if you had a bigger stop loss, your stop loss would be down here at the bottom of the zone. But obviously that wouldn't even be a good stop loss to have, right? 86 pips is not viable for somebody who doesn't have $1 million account, right? So that's why those entries aren't good. So now the traders who are still in the shorts, right? Or even let's say the traders who are going in here short were once in profit, and now either their stop loss was hit, right? They're trailing stop loss, or they're negative right now, right? So that's why we don't trade in the middle of the zone. Understanding where we're at lets us avoid trades like these. So this is why none of these trades were taken. And similar to GJ, right? So GJ, my only point of interest is going to be this down here, right? At this point, you know, is this a zone where I'm gonna feel comfortable taking this trade? Overall, no, in the 30-minute time frame, because of what we said earlier in this morning stream, right? We're in the middle of the zone, right? But understanding that we have a new weekly high that needs to be made, we could be looking at this being higher high, higher low, this being the push, retest of the higher low, right? And this is the internal structure retest to continue to push to the top side. So either way, gonna be patient. This is a pair, right? Where I was saying earlier this morning, right? What I was saying is, like, I wouldn't be looking for a trade here if it wasn't for the fact that we're looking for a new weekly high. The only reason I'm looking for an entry, technically speaking, what we would say the middle of the zone, is because of the confluence of this just being a retest to continue the push to the top side, right? So if I'm wrong 10 pips, right? 9.6 pips is what I'm wrong, and I'm fine with that. It's all good. And the same with US30, right? I'm fine taking this entry, because if I'm wrong with the entry, I'm only wrong 17 pips. Right, but if we're right, we're wrong 17 pips, but STP's at 200, so we risk 17 pips to make 200. I think that's a good risk to reward. And same with GJ. Our first targeted entry would be the 3rd week high. STP would be what our range would be. It'll be close to 100 pips. So I'm fine risking 10 pips to make 100 pips. But then again, is also understanding why we're taking the trade, right? It's always taking the most probable trade, right? Again, on a day where, for example, if this were to happen next week, we're in the same zone. Only difference is that next week we're not looking for a 3rd week high. I wouldn't be looking for a price. I wouldn't be looking for an entry like this. This week, since we are looking for a new high, I'll be looking for a trade like this. So, you know, instead of taking 10 trades, and out of those 10 trades, 6 of them were right, 4 of them were wrong, right? I'll be taking 10 trades, and out of those 10 trades, only 1, maybe 2 of them are incorrect. Just because we're not trading in every single zone every single time we see one single thing, right? Because if that was the case, we trade every single time there's an engulfing candle. right? And look how many times we'd lose if we do that. So it just doesn't make sense. Right, boom. Red, red, green, engulfing green candle. Why didn't it work out? We're just not in this. We're not in the right spot. Price went right back down. So anyway, we got 9:30 just happened. Nothing, no volume coming in for GJ, right? US30. Price did exactly what I told you guys, right? Volume came up right before 9:30 hit. We're right back at the first trigger entry. Right, so all the people who got into these trades here, right, at this point, either their trailing was hit or they're just waiting it out. All the people who got into this trade here, man, I promise you there's them on. There's a lot of those people who got into this trade up here and they got swiped out already because they don't understand what zone they're trading in. But it's all good. We got 3 minutes. Let's see if we got this wick entry. And if we do, we'll post it on Instagram and we'll say we're cheating. We have what? Yo, you can't just come in here and break everything, bruh. So let's see. No, went right back up. Missed the fucking gap again. God damn it. Where's GJ at? Oh shit, GJ went down too, but didn't go into the trigger point. Still waiting. Taking a look at GJ on the computer, and I'm having US30 on my phone. If I have to switch, I'll switch. I'll let you guys know. US30 went up again, wicked the same first trigger entry, and then now is pushing back down. GJ did the same thing. It went right back down, but it didn't give us a retest of the zone. It just pushed down, gave us another green candle. So let's see what price wants to do. US30 still giving us that red candle to the bottom side again. So still no trigger entry on US30. Looks like we might have to wait. Looks like that entry is not gonna be valid for us. GJ on the other hand still on this red candle here. Alright, so we could turn US30 off, and we could see that US30 already made the move, so I'm just gonna turn that off and wait till a later date, right? Still looking for the same thing, still want to see price cover this gap, but we know that's not gonna happen today, right? And then now we're just gonna be waiting on GJ, just gonna wait till 10, and then call it at 10 if nothing happens. Well, guys, we didn't get the entry we wanted, but it's all good. Very sad days, huh? Okay, we will we'll come back to this, guys. So, regardless, it's good trading day today, right? Showed a lot of resilience in the markets. We'll come back. So, US30 as well, as you can see, I went to the first point of interest, but it wasn't the point of interest I really wanted to take this entry in, right? So, regardless, again, we'll be back tonight 7 p.m. for our isolation class. Make sure you guys join our Discord, and we'll hit you guys up later today. Peace out.